the next comic in the set list here, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the very funny Dave Kilbride. Dave
Woo!
Kilbride coming at you with jokes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to see all of you folks. Hope you're all doing well. So, before the whole corona thing hit, I was devastatingly sick. Had one of the worst colds in my life, and I have never seen that much snot come out of one person. But it taught me an important lesson. If I produced semen like I did snot, I'd be responsible for multiple drownings by now.
Ugh.
You're welcome. Uh, so I got home from work the other day, last Tuesday, and there were cops at the end of my street and news cameras. And I'm like, well, that's obviously not because someone pulled a cat out of a tree. And it turns out that there was a shooting on my street. The guys shot from two houses that way of me across the street to three houses that way with a 9 millimeter, and they hit two people, which is kind of impressive for a 9 millimeter. And I'm like, why would you shoot from so far away? And I looked it up. It's in the FDA guidelines, folks. Drive-bys have to be 70 feet away minimum. You don't want to get the blood splatter on you right now. But I couldn't get over the fact that someone got hit from 75 yards away. And the guy's like, well, she was kind of a bigger woman. To which I replied, so they hit the broadside of a broad. Hey-o! That's a true story. Two people got shot in front of my house. Pretty messed up. Anyways, I did have a devastating cold, and now I have still a cough from what the doctor has prescribed as non-contagious bronchitis, which is fun to have in public right now. I don't know if anybody else has a slight cough in public, but when you cough in public nowadays, people look at you like you were a gay guy that bled on them in the 80s.
Oh, jeez.
AIDS joke. Pandemics, people. They're fun. Beloved film actor Rick Moranis is coming back out of retirement. I'm excited for that. He's bringing one of his most beloved characters back, but they're putting a twist on the things. You see, he got divorced and now has a step family, and they're going to put it on Pornhub. It's going to be, honey, I spanked the kids. Yeah, stepdaughter porn. All right, what else? Everybody's kind of depressed these days, and a friend of mine sent me a link today that says, hey, this will cheer you up. And I don't trust my friends when they send me a link with that phrase, but I clicked on it anyways. And what it was a live stream of a beluga whale in an aquarium in Europe. And I replied back to her, hey, if I wanted to see a white whale in a small enclosure, I'd go find a mirror. Hey, look! That's fuck. Huh? Props, people. I got props. One of the saddest things about this to me, I'm going to be selfish here for a moment, is that Matt Lamb might be leaving us soon. Unless they shut everything down, Matt Lamb was planning on leaving, and I was hoping we were going to be able to roast him on the way out. And I only wrote one joke, so hopefully Matt's watching. Matt Lamb can be described with two words that start with the letter F. One of them is funny. Thank you. Inside joke, everybody. You get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh,
my
God.
That's my favorite joke of the night.
So, thank you. Yeah, I love Matt. Goddamn. So many people don't understand that right now, and I love that.
All 13 people watching.
Hey, 13's better than nothing. Nowadays, the strange thing about getting bullied nowadays is that kids can turn to GoFundMe. When I was bullied as a child, the only choice I had was go fuck myself. Oh, what else? I don't have anything new, so I'm just going to go to old stuff. Let's see. Oh, I think Hannibal Buress and Bill Burr should do a podcast called Hannah Bill Buress. Marketing. What else? Two African American gentlemen were arrested in Ankeny, Iowa for robbing a pharmacy. But they were charged with a much more heinous crime, being a black guy in Ankeny.
Yeah.
It's awful white up there, folks. Hey, I don't mind. It's almost like lefties heckling me. I like it. Deborah or Kevin can make as much noise as they'd like. Let's see. All right, I'll leave you with this one, ladies and gentlemen. A friend of mine had his third child, and while he was out on paternity leave, he was going to get the old snip. And he came back, and I never asked him if he got it done. So I walked over, and I wanted to ask him, but they were already in a conversation about washing machines. And I wanted to, wait for my perfect time, because joining a conversation is kind of like double dutch. You got to wait for your perfect moment to jump in. And one of the women said, I hate my washing machine because it only does smaller loads. Bingo! Speaking of smaller loads, hey, did you get your shit cut? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay safe. Try to stay connected. Stay home, I guess. Don't lick things. Try to stay alive through this. Thank you for hosting this, Dan, and thank you, Jeremy. It's been fun.
Keep it going. Give it up for
I'm gonna clap for myself.
Dave Kilbride, everybody. I love that we're getting interrupted by Deborah.
Deborah and Kevin.
Usual.
Come here.
And Kevin. Everything's normal. Everything
Feels right at home.
We've figured out a way. I think it's. Did somebody really get shot, Dave?
Oh yeah, for sure. 2 people.
I love that. Why didn't he just go over and cough on him?
I know, because the people that decide to pull guns and shoot on people are not smart enough to think to lick them. Duh.